This new window breaking simulator is fucking good. So I finally snagged this game up when I saw that it was on sale for $30 in the PlayStation Store. I loved the original Last of Us and was hella excited to sit down with the sequel. Just not excited enough to pay the full price, because I'm a cheapskate. I also had a vague idea of some sort of controversy existing all across the internet surrounding the game. So honestly, I was kind of interested to see what was up with that as well. The Last of Us Part 2 is graphically beautiful, and the attention to detail all throughout the game is just like, whoa. All of the areas feel unique, and some of the cooler ones, like the aquarium, have a ridiculous amount of different assets that the development team went deep on and knocked out of the park. These all feel like they could be real places, like in the real world, like for real. It doesn't end there, however. Lots of small details like opening drawers, picking up items, upgrading items, jumping, falling, getting murdered repeatedly by mushroom zombies. These actions seem almost completely grounded in reality and just feel right. I honestly have no idea if this is how a gun gets upgraded or not, but damn, you really didn't need to go this hard on the workbench animations. Don't get me wrong though, I appreciate that you did. Thank you, Naughty Dog. Side note, props to whoever decided to fill this random apartment with D&D and Warhammer minis. You brought a smile to my face. The attention to detail carries over to the characters as well. Not only are their movements realistic, but holy hell, they're actually believable as real human beings. Something that, in my opinion, is sorely lacking from almost every other video game I've ever played.
Needless to say, I'm odds and ends, but I'll be stumbling away.
The realistic world and characters are probably the main reasons I like the first game so much, and I think they did an even better job on the second go-around. I know that realism isn't everyone's cup of tea, but I personally lose interest in games pretty fast nowadays if the characters are hollow caricatures, filled with lame cliches and awkward dialogue, kind of wandering through confusing worlds of plot holes and unexplained phenomena. But hey, that's just me. Video games have always been plagued by these sort of characters and storylines, but games like The Last of Us and Horizon Zero Dawn have actually given me a reason to believe that more is possible. What a time to be alive. The storyline itself is enjoyable, but at the same time, it's not the most inventive adventure ever. Basically, it's a revenge story with some zombies on the side. Simple as that. But the way this tale of revenge is executed, full of interesting characters doing whatever they can to get by in a brutal, seemingly doomed world, is satisfying. Speaking of brutal, damn is this game brutal. And not in a lol, that fatality was so freaking cool, did you see the x-ray of his spine kind of way? But more of a damn, this shit is wearing on me, I sometimes have to look away from the screen kind of way. Another area where the realism is no doubt creeping in. Violence in real life isn't fun, kids. I will note that the pacing of the game can be slow at times. I don't mind that, but fair warning if that's something you're not into. One minor issue that I had with the gameplay, and I'm not sure how this could be avoided considering it's a video game, is the human body count that you personally rack up. Not because I care about how many people you kill, but because there's no actual way you'd be able to murk so many fools, or survive many of the massively outnumbered firefights sprinkled throughout the game, no matter how much of a badass you were supposed to be. There's just no way. My suspension of disbelief just can't pull me through this one. The main characters aren't superheroes after all. I would personally like to see these encounters be scaled down a bit, or give me a reason that you can get shot 12 times, and it's all good because you've got a couple of medkits. As for the PC culture memes surrounding the game, I just don't see the big deal. Yes, several of the main characters don't follow traditional gender roles. Maybe you could posit that number is a little high, considering most people in the world are still straight and identify with their gender assigned at birth. But maybe that's just not the case after zombies take over. The game isn't preachy about it, and it doesn't detract from the story. Like, at all. Gay and trans people exist, everyone. Sorry, not sorry. Now, just a few thoughts that contain spoilers before wrapping this review up. So here's the deal. The antagonist Abby kills her best bud Joel early in the game, and I get the impression that this ruffled a lot of players' feathers. I think this move was ballsy as hell, and as much as I like Joel, I totally appreciate Art taking risks and completely support this twist. They don't even cut him out entirely. He's actually still in a bunch of playable flashbacks, so we can still get our fill of wholesome fatherly tenderness. Moving on, I get the idea that the overall theme of the game is probably supposed to be something like, revenge is bad, don't do it. And I definitely vibe with that. But I feel like both Ellie and Abby were too smart of characters to be able to hold on to such intense grudges and pursue such levels of revenge to even begin with. And credit to the game for making me feel that characters in a game can actually come off as smart. But I found myself not liking playing either character a lot of the time because they were hopped up on revenge to such silly, unbelievable levels. Abby let Ellie live twice for God's sakes, and she just kept coming. At least she let it go in the end, but damn. Come on, guys. On a related positive note, I do think it was genius to have you switch between playing the quote-unquote good guy, Ellie, and the quote-unquote bad guy, Abby, throughout the story, leaving you really questioning who's actually good or bad. They're both mass murderers by the end, so they're probably both just kinda bad, but they also each have their own special charms. I did love playing as Abby, an absolute tank, punching zombies to death with her bare fists and crushing windpipes with her bulging biceps. Okay, and one more teensy tiny gripe. There was this one time when Ellie gets upset that she killed a pregnant lady. Like, fucking lol. You already killed a million other people to get here. You were a monster long before you got to this moment. Cringe. Overall, I love this game and can't wait to see what this development team may put together in the future. I give The Last of Us Part 2 9 acoustic guitar riffs performed by Joel Miller out of 10.
Our future days, days of you and me.